The Grizzlies sporting their best look as they came into the building earlier. That's how to make an entrance on the road. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Wells in at the small forward position. And for the Hawks, in the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Rizachet in at the 3. And both teams look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
Here's Okongwu. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Okongwu's now got the first points on the scoreboard for Atlanta. Here's Morant, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, Morant has all the moves to find a way to score in there.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Inside, Okongwu, and the shot is good. Okongwu's now got his second bucket of the night.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Edey gets the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense area, there's no way he's missing a layup like that. For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
And Okongwu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. On the wing, Jackson, covered by Johnson. Jackson gets the bucket.
Well, it's so hard stopping Jackson Jr. down low. He'll beat even great defense.
Young passes to Johnson. Out to the wing. Here's Rizachet. Offline with his 3. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
And David Aldridge spoke with Quinn Snyder. David?
Now, we talked about the big man, Jaren Jackson Jr., and specifically how to defend him. And Coach said he's a guy that can score from all 3 levels. Our guys have to be on him and active defensively as soon as he touches the ball. Coach needs his team to bring the energy tonight, and we'll see if they can respond. Guys?
Thank you, David. Pass to Jackson. On the wing, Bane. He's covered by Daniels. Edey gets the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Hawks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Daniels passes to Young. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Young against Morant. And it's Trae Young with the rebound. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with the win.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, depth plays a huge factor in this league. You can't win just with 5 guys.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Santi Aldama's checked in for Edey. Capella at the elbow. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Memphis trailing here. Up top, Bain. He's covered by Daniels. Aldama gets the bucket.
And at 7 feet tall, Aldama can burn you inside. Even with the contact, he's tough to contain at times.
Now, here is Young. We saw him with 29 points last game, and the shot goes in.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Morant against Young. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Some guards are absolutely fearless working inside, and Morant very high on that list.
That's good from Morant. You can see, and coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Picked him clean. It's tipped. Pippen finds Clark. Aldama with the ball. 122 left to play in the first.
I had a chance to check out stats for Karis LeVert. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 14 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
So, Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Hawks.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Clark. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen.
You gotta know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Pippen with the steal. Here's Clark. The shot missing. Good work defensively by Capella. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. To the paint. It's intercepted. Here's Jackson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their team.
It's been all about Okongwu for the Hawks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Trae Young is out there with Terrence Mann. Then there's Reza Shea. Then there's Larry Nance. And Gay is in at the 4 spot. Here's Williams. Pass to Clark. On the wing, Jackson. Launches a three. Connects from three-point range. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
Well, modern-day big men can hit threes and guard multiple positions. That's Jaren Jackson.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother, Powell, play for the Grizz. Marc said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Anjar on the wing. Back to Kennard. Over Young. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Kennard. Well, Stan, as a former coach, I imagine it has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well, it is. It's very hard, almost impossible. I'm almost always watching from a coach's standpoint, an X and O's standpoint. But I will say, even when I was standing on the sidelines, NBA players are so good that you have fan moments even while you're coaching.
It seems like every game we see something we've never seen before, right?
I can remember turning around to my assistants and saying, can you believe that?
Young pass to Nance, and Nance slams it in.
And great job by Nance attacking at the rim. That's why you scout for effort players that do it consistently every night.
So timeout called here. But first for Memphis. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Okongwu's checked in for the Hawks. Tyson Daniels comes in for Man. Memphis also making some changes. Bain comes in for Williams. And it's John Morant in for Luke Kennard.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
To the middle, here's Young. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Johnson, he's checked in for Nance.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Morant against Young, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Daniels passes to Johnson. He dishes it to Young. That one falls coming off Johnson's feet. Young's got 4 this quarter.
Look at that touch. Not many do it better than Young.
Anjar on the wing. Out to Morant. No good with the triple. The Hawks leading by 3. Here's Young. Lays it up off the glass. Young's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Bain passes to Morant. From down in the low post, it goes.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Rebound by the Hawks.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Young's shot is off. And stolen by Okongwu. Here's Rizachet. It's blocked. Morant against Young. And that one's good. Morant.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Johnson outside. Pass to Rizichet. That one's off to a rough 0 for 6 start for him.
And his shot just hasn't been there in this one. Luckily, his team has been able to make up the difference.
Morant surveying the D. Good on the triple. Morant's got the lead up to 2 now for Memphis.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And that was a tough one. They expected to play well and did, just not well enough.
Yeah, but those are the games you can learn from. You see where you are now and where you need to get to.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. George Niang comes in for Rizichet. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Young. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And the shot goes down. Now it's a 4-point Grizzly lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Daniels. That one's off. Still out of sync. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Payne, no good. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. LeVert against Pippen. To the inside. Daniels. The Grizzlies pull it in. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, well, once things start going in that direction, regaining your composure defensively is not easy to do.
And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At the line for Atlanta, George Niang. One shot.
Free throw good. Niang.
For your Hawks, Terrence Mann, Vic Gricci.
From deep three-point territory. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor, so they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Ja Morant in the first half. He had 13 points and 1 assist. This has been a bounce-back game for him after some struggles their last time out. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
I have to applaud their offensive consistency. They're not wasting possessions or taking bad shots. That's a testament to their patience, their discipline. They're focusing on playing intelligent basketball.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Hard to feel happy when your opponent shoots over 60%. They're going to have to make things harder for those guys defensively. Force them out their comfort zone. Contest every shot.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
So on the floor for Memphis, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Wells in at the 3 spot.
Well, this offense is so much better when Jackson moves the ball.
Pass to Rizachet. No one near him. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Rizachet's got his first points of the night. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Pass to Wells, lets it go from deep. Atlanta with the rebound. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. And the first one drops. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Both free throws good from Morant. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
And there's the pass to Jackson. Passes it to Bane. Over Daniels. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Bane's got the lead up to 5 now for the Grizzlies. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
Fans, make some noise for your ATL dancers.
Nancy's checked in for the Hawks. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Kennard's checked in. Okongwu kicks to Nance. And Jaren Jackson picks up the foul.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
That's foul number 2 for him.
Team first.
Okongwu finds Nance. Here's Young. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one's on Morant.
Well, guys, what I love about Young is you cannot break his will. Great mental and emotional toughness.
Atlanta shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And he makes the first.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. Young's teammates love to see him at the stripe.
And so Young nails them both. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Now here's Morant. 15 points in the game. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Here's Rizachet. The offensive rebound. And Okongwu slams it in.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Offensive rebound. Here's Young. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Young's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, so smart of Young to push the pace as much as he can in transition.
And the basket is good.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Young against Morant. Young past to Nance. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Kennard kicks to Morant. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Jackson Jr.
Yeah, using his frame to get into good position. Jackson Jr. getting the extra possession and points.
And so here's Atlanta. It's a 5-point game. Poked away. Bounce pass Young. And that one's good. Ricochet.
Well, after a scoreless first half, he's turning things around here, looking much more aggressive.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Memphis also making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Santi Aldama comes in for Wells. And Pippen subbed in for Morant.
Usually just seen as a knockdown shooter, Kennard has good instincts as a passer as well.
LeVert the pass to Niang. Here's Krejci. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Krejci's got his second bucket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Pippen. Good work defensively by Capella. The Hawks trail by 4. 1:11 left to play here in the third. Pass to LeVert. Capella inside, guarded by Pippen, and that one good.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Jackson in the corner. Back to Pippen. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. He's off from 17 feet. Here's Krejci. It's good. This game is all easy. Krejci's got 6 points.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
Pass to Clark. And with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Krejci, no good.
And he's already patted himself on the back and forgot to put the ball there in the basket.
And there it is for him. 6 points for Brandon Clark.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game.
Team starter. Substitution on the court.
LeVert from outside. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game.
52.
Memphis out in front, leading by just 2. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
This has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got Okongwu. Daniels out there with LeVert. Then it's Johnson. And Gay is in at the four-man position. So that's the Hawks 5. Bain kicks to Morant. A three-pointer off the mark. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Here's Johnson, and then Johnson with the jam.
A wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. 2 loud points.
Outside Jackson. Now here's Wells. He's tightly guarded and good that time. Morant's got 19 points.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Gay misses. Memphis leading. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. The Hawks shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Here's Daniels, and he goes in for the dunk.
Well, Daniels is a tall guard. He can get up with the best of them.
For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Morant against LeVert. And it's in there. Morant's got 4 points this quarter. The Hawks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Daniels passes to LeVert. Drives to the hoop. Here's Gay. Bucket is good. Gay's got it all tied up now for the Hawks.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
In the first half, he handled the ball well, but he's been pretty reckless with it in the second half.
Rizachet, he's checked in for the Hawks. Trae Young comes in for Karis LeVert. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Edey's checked in for Brandon Clark. And it's Jackson in for Jackson. Pass to Rizachet to take the lead. Kicks it to Okongwu. Out of hand on it. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Shot clock at 2. Shots good from Young.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Memphis trailing here. Morant outside. Payne for 3. Sinks the triple.
Shooting off the catch is the core of Bain's game, but he can do so much more.
Morant against Young. Down low. Daniels. Back in. Coming off the assist from Young. Young's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hi, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch what the Grizzlies coach was talking about with his team. Now, he begged his players to keep it simple out there. He told them 1 possession at a time. Don't look at the scoreboard. What's most important is running our plays and being aggressive defensively. We'll see if they can follow that game plan. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Young against Morant. Young looking it over. The dish to Johnson. Offensive rebound.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And that's what you have to do. Protect the house.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, with his quickness and physicality, it's not easy to guard Morant without fouling.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Memphis.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor
boy, it has been terrific, doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Daniels dishes to Johnson. To the wing on the left. The Hawks working the ball around.
2 minutes.
Three-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Yeah, every year in the league, Johnson's become a better three-point shooter. That tells you how hard he works in the offseason.
Morant kicks to Bain. Back to Morant. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Morant's got 15 points in just the second half. Riza in the corner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. .129 left in the fourth quarter. Morant against Young. Lets it go with a three. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Well, I guess that's why they call him Ice Trae. He is cold-blooded.
Morant against Young. He gets that one. Morant's got 30.
Wanting the ball in these spots is what makes Morant the leader that he is.
On its way from Young for 2. The Grizzlies pull it in.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
On the wing, Jackson. Covered by Johnson. Jackson down low. Johnson's there. Jackson misses. And it's Desmond Bain with the foul. That's his first foul. Atlanta making a switch here. LeVert's checked in. Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Hey, they do have enough time here. If they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1, we'll see if they try.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Ja Morant.
And his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Here's Young. Here's Okongwu. Edey with the rebound. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. The lead is 2. To the paint. Here's Morant. It's in!
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Here's Young. Atlanta again missing. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Trae Young, his 4th. Team's 3rd. At the line for the Grizzlies, Ja Morant, 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Well, the word dynamic really only scratches the surface with Ja Morant. The way he moves, his speed, it's all just on another level. Good job converting at the line and helping to build this lead.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
So calm when the game is on the line. Young knows it's his job to bring this game home.
Now the pass to Johnson. And Can they tie? Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So a close game sees Memphis take this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, Ja. A lot of swag on this team tonight. Who's responsible for that confidence?
I feel like we all talk to each other, even the coaching staff. Coach let us play with a lot of freedom. Everybody has the green light, so I mean, there's no reason to lack confidence when you have a coach who believes in you every step of the way and just let you go out there and play your game. So we always just preach, keep shooting, make or miss, and we behind you. So.
You all look like a confident bunch, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.